Okay, this is a Boulenge Ballistic Chronograph. It was patented in 1874. And the instrument that you see here was made around 1915 or so in Britain. Boulenge was Belgian. So it's for measuring the speed of bullets, and the first thing you do is, these being two electromagnets, you stick the short rod on the lower and the long rod on the upper, and then you cut the power to the electromagnets, and these both drop. To do this, you'd have to have a hole here so that the long rod could fall freely for some distance, and I think this pushing the key would break the circuit and drop those, but I don't know, haven't worked it out. So the two of them drop. The short rod drops into here, and there's sort of a trigger mechanism, mousetrap mechanism, that releases this. This is quite strongly sprung, and this surface here is a chisel surface, and it pops out and strikes the copper-covered surface on the long rod. It's just thin copper. It's just copper tubing goes over this surface, so it's replaceable now and then when you've got too many marks on it. So you've got your first mark on there by dropping these things both together. Then it's rewired, and you have, but this time it's rewired with two screens. You have them at whatever distance you'd like, say 15 feet, maybe 150 feet, depending on what you were doing. And wires come back here. And the first screen, we'll say, comes here and supplies electricity to the long rod's magnet. And the second screen supplies electricity to the short one. So you fire a bullet through these screens so as to break the wire. Goes through the first screen, and the long rod starts falling. Goes through the second screen, the short rod falls. And again, it goes in here, and the little chisel surface comes out and strikes the long rod, makes a second mark. But since the long rod started falling first, the second mark is higher up on the long rod. So you take the long rod and you plug this measuring tool in there. That's just to give stability, the plugging in is, and then you measure the distance between the two marks you've made on there very carefully. And since you know the acceleration of gravity, you will know the time between those two marks. It is calculable. No doubt they had a book to consult, so you wouldn't have to do any fancy calculating. It had been done. And so you've got the time here, and since you know the distance between the two screens that you've used, since you put the screens where they are, you have speed, time, and distance.